We are officially live.
Hi,
Good,
everyone.
good afternoon, good morning, good evening. If you are watching from somewhere else in the world, we are in Italy, but you might be somewhere else. So,
New Zealand, for instance.
New Zealand. So that would be good, nearly good night. I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so I am very, very, very happy to be here with Emiliano. He's a good friend, but also an experienced um, person in tech. Can we say person in tech? You're because
Yeah, I think yes. I think
because I
so.
can't say developer, I can't say mentor. You're a bit of everything, aren't you?
Yeah, let's say I do stuff. Let's say
Exactly. Okay. Well, you'll have to tell us more about what you do. But just before we get cracking, so again, we said welcome, but also feel free to, well, first of all, to tell us if you're here with us, say hi, get in the chat, say hi, say whatever you well,
something.
yeah, stay legal if possible, what you say, and tell us, yeah, what you do, where you are, if you are with us here. The time probably is not the best for everybody, but it is what it is. And if you can, yeah, so if you want, just say hi, and we'll say hi back, because we are gentlemen after all, aren't we?
We should be.
Okay,
We should. We should.
so the topic, let's briefly introduce the topic, so maybe people are still joining, so we can slowly start getting into what we want to talk about tonight, this evening, not tonight. It's still evening.
It depends by the time zone.
Yeah, you're right, I get confused. But so we're here to discuss. Whoa, it sounds too formal. We want to talk about really the what is happening in tech these days, and the fact that the survival, so like a survivalist guide for developers,
For developers.
for people in tech,
Yeah.
for you know and
Hi, Melly
hi
Lerman.
Melly, hi Melly, so good to see you here, yay. So you are, no, you'll be on the same time zone, so good afternoon to you, Melly. And so, talking about, yeah, pressure. Hi Marco,
Hi, Marco.
so good to see you. We have like I identify two main pressures right now. One
Yeah.
is the reason why we're using English, because
Yeah.
global market. And the other pressure is AI. So I see these two as the main, I don't know, main areas.
Yeah.
And this is why I wanted to chat with you, Emiliano, because you have huge experience in the market. You've been around for how many years, actually?
I don't know. I I
You
stopped
lost track.
counting, but yeah, let's say I started around 1997.
1997. Okay,
Yeah.
so yes, it's
There
been a
was
while.
there was Tyrannosaurus Rex at the era, and yeah, so it
Yeah.
was like the Jurassic era of our industry. But yeah, it's more than 25 years.
More than 25 years, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, and let's say that I started when internet was not a thing yet.
Right, right, right.
Google was not a thing,
Okay.
and the tools we are actually using for doing our jobs in the industry was not existing at all. So basically, I started from the very beginnings of not computer science, because it's something that exists since I don't know, the 50s, probably even before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the thing is that I actually saw a exponential evolution of our industry, from writing machine code in assembler language, or this stuff. Hi, Tommy. And and going to the AI that we are
Right.
living now. It's something that it's really a game changer of our industry. Everyone I know is actually using AI to do something, to write
Yes,
books or write letters or write stuff, create images, create videos, create
exactly.
music. It's everywhere. And
Yeah,
scientifically wise and technologically wise, it's an amazing thing. From the perspective of the people, in terms of finding a job, for instance, it's starting to become complicated, because it's the companies are investing a lot
yeah,
in
yeah.
AI, even for, and I'm not talking about the companies that are building AI, like Anthropic or
Exactly, like the your everyday company, your everyday
yeah.
tech company.
Every company is investing in
Absolutely.
licenses, tokens, credits, and stuff to make us able. Hi Ryan, make us able to do our job in a faster way. And what I personally experimented in the first times, once, let's say, cloud code became a thing
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
public thing. It's not that I stopped doing my job, and I didn't stop thinking about,
Okay.
how to
Yes.
write code. This
Thinking.
this is the thing. Um, but I started doing a lot of context switching during one single
Yeah,
day, doing just more stuff that I was doing before,
exactly.
So yeah, so this is what I personally experimented. Um,
Right.
for
That's
instance, I'm now,
yeah. Give us. Okay,
yeah,
because like you have a fascinating profile, Emiliano, because you are obviously a developer, so you know how to code, but you're also a mentor, so you know how to teach
yeah,
code, but and you're also a public speaker, so you know how to, let's say, talk to audiences in
yeah, and let's say share
international
the
audiences.
knowledge.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
this is, I find this fascinating, this combination really fascinating, right? And
What does it mean that I'm a bad person?
no, quite the opposite actually. It's fascinating because you normally think like someone in tech is okay, he knows how to code, so you imagine that the stereotypical nerd there, not talking to anybody. You are
Yeah,
exactly the opposite. Yeah, you are outgoing, and you love sharing, and you love talking about what you do.
shouting out stuff, you know.
Exactly, exactly. So this is why I think it's great to talk to you about this, and it's great to get your perspective, right, on these topics. So let's, yeah, so you started talking about AI and how it is affecting what you do, but I loved what you say, the fact that you didn't stop thinking, so you're still using your brain, because one of the big
Yeah,
misconceptions is we with AI we stop thinking because the machine, the robot is doing everything, so we're just there, I don't know, looking at a screen while the code is being written without us doing anything, which is not the case, I think. And the same with language. So I have a slightly different perspective because obviously I don't code, but I work with languages, and a lot of people tell me, well, you don't need that anymore because we have automatic translation, we have AI doing it for us. So why should I learn a language? Yeah. So in a way, I feel I am in a similar situation, and I think it'd be nice to have like your opinion on that. So thinking, I still think that we need the thinking part.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course we do. Um, just to make an example,
Yes. Give us an example.
when I started using AI to generate code, and I started using AI to generate text before. Um, what I what I felt is that okay, we have a new tool that it can do stuff for us faster than us, really faster than us, and the things are actually incrementing in an exponential way, because the what an AI model can generate now, it's 10 times more than what can generate 2 months ago, you know? So
Absolutely.
it's so fast, And except how this technology works under the hood, because it's not so important from this perspective. What I think is that it's like having something that helps you to do your job faster than you can do manually, which is the same thing that you can have with, automated industry, building lines, and stuff. That's the thing. Um, but so once I started doing public speaking 1.5 years ago, something like this, I started sharing this idea with my colleagues, with my speakers colleagues, and I said, okay, we are going to face a paradox in some way, because we senior people that it's experience it, and we know what we want to achieve. So if a tool does this job for us, it's okay, because
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
have to check what what is coming out from these tools, and it's real that we can lose the taste of writing code, and it's
The
not a good
flavor,
thing for
yeah.
who likes to write code, because I really like it. But of course, if the industry goes in a faster way, and the productivity should follow, the
Yes,
requirements,
you can't stop it. Exactly, you can't
yeah,
stop
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is that even if we don't want to do it, we have to, because we have to adapt to what's going on
Yes,
around us. It's
absolutely.
like survival.
Survival instinct.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like the Hitchhiker's Guide. So I started sharing this idea that we are going to face a paradox. So which means how we are going to train future senior people. That's the point.
It is.
Because as of now, a junior, a person that is just starting to do our job, is losing the path to acquire the proper knowledge, to know what
Yeah,
is really needed to create the proper output,
absolutely.
and I mean UI, and I mean security, and I mean everything which is related to
Yeah,
our industry, creating a performant data structure, which is something that probably I did, I don't know, 20 years ago.
yeah.
So
When you
I totally
started,
forgot
yeah.
how to do it, but it's not important. But the thing is that the knowledge is still required, in my opinion. And even if the future models and the future evolution of AI models will replace, or let's say will even improve, to require less knowledge than
Yeah.
what is required right now. I still think that the humans will be required in any way, because
Okay.
if we create software for humans, probably that should be an engineer that is a human that just check the software and how it's working from the human perspective,
Yeah.
with the eyes, with the ears,
But
so
it's quite
the senses.
encouraging. It is quite encouraging. So we will still be needed as people, as
That's
in
what
our
I
human
think.
form.
That's
Okay.
what I think, and that's why I see and I actually personally experiment in this, decrease of in the industry in general, of requiring people to do
Yeah.
the job, because everyone is going in the AI way. It's The companies are full of unsensed layoffs, in my opinion. I think that you can't. It's not ethical even that you can't fire. I don't know, 10 people at a time, 10 person
Yeah,
at a time,
yeah.
20 person at a time.
This
But
is
it's
it's
happening. It's
dramatic. Yeah,
happening. You know,
it's
it's happening
dramatic.
because the companies and the management, the middle management mostly, I think, are quite convinced that at a certain point we will not be needed anymore. You know,
Yeah,
so and that's what I want to. That's why I wanted to talk about this,
yeah,
because I don't think that this will happen in some way. Probably writing code will not be anymore a required skill to work in our industry. Probably knowing and writing the requirements of an application, knowing how to test an application,
okay,
and knowing what does it mean to make an application accessible to everyone, or make, let's say, a stunning interface. You know, I don't know if you are aware about this, but the thing in our industry is that sometimes there are some lot of argues or fights between different departments.
I can
So
imagine. I can imagine.
so designers are fighting with front-enders, which are fighting with back-enders, and it doesn't make sense at all, because
No,
if you think about that, you can create the better software and the better code in a more performant way,
right.
in a cleaner way, and you can write a perfect code as you want. But if you don't have the proper user interface, the users will not be aware ever that
Yeah,
what you did under the
exactly.
hood.
They won't be able to use it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So the thing is that I'm also aware, because I did it in
yeah.
when it was my time, that creating a proper infrastructure and what's it's really under the hood of a software, which is what it makes it work basically,
Absolutely.
without a proper interface with the user, with the human, it's like it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
it's there are a lot of softwares which doesn't require an interface at all, because it's everything, it's
Yeah.
automatic, and
Yeah,
it's not needed. But
but still,
mostly
yeah.
mostly
You
the
need
softwares
the
are for the
interface,
humans and needs an interface,
a
and
human interface.
a human
Well, an
interface.
interface that can communicate to a person at least,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. So that's why I think that in some way humans will always be needed if we continue creating software for humans,
Yeah, which is obviously
which is the basic
something that we
requirement,
have
let's say. You
to
know?
take for granted at this stage, yeah, because
Yeah.
we'll probably keep building. Then one day agents will start building softwares just for them, you know, but that's a different story.
Yeah, but also there, who knows really more than me about AI are already talking about that at a certain point, if AI starts to feed itself,
Yeah,
it will lose the touch with what is really needed to build that specific
exactly.
feature.
Yeah,
Because for now, everything which was used for feeding the models was Stack Overflow, was books, was
exactly.
and and
Years and
and
years of human
and they
knowledge.
created this kind of knowledge base, which is under the hood of LLMs and AI models. And at a certain point, if the AI will create software for other AI, and will create and will write, I don't know, tests for testing,
Yeah,
the software, and everything goes by itself, we will arrive at a certain point where the knowledge will not grow anymore. in some
Exactly.
way, you know.
Yeah.
But this is a possibility. It's not, of course, nothing is totally sure, and it's totally,
Yeah.
you know, you can't
You can't
preview
predict. You
for
can't
sure. You
predict
can't
it. Yeah.
predict it, you
It's
know.
at this
But
stage, it's extrapolations. Yeah. You
yeah,
can't
yeah.
predict.
But in some way, I think that if we are still going in the future to create software for humans,
Yeah.
in some way humans will be needed in a
And
different way, without writing code or just writing tests. I don't know.
I would like to stay on this point, Emilia. I would like to stay on this point. So let's call this the human are still needed scenario. Yeah. Let's call it like this.
Yeah,
So you
let's
mentioned
hope.
that, well, I don't want to hear about the other scenario right now. Let's pretend it doesn't exist, right?
Yeah,
Because that would be too much for on a Friday afternoon, like thinking about the
yeah,
end of.
yeah, yeah. It's
No,
too
no,
sad.
no.
Yeah.
Let's stay.
We don't
Let's
talk
stay.
about this.
But you mentioned something interesting, right? The fact that the skills are changing. The skills that are required right now are changing. Yeah. So when you started in the field, there were certain things you have to learn. Right now, you have to learn different things. You mentioned design. You mentioned testing.
Yeah.
But also, I'd be also interested in the soft skills part, something that everybody thinks and talks about. What are soft skills? So
Um,
can you tell us in a couple of words, because everybody
well,
says soft skills are important, but then when it comes to describing them.
Uh, well, the soft skills are a huge set of things, but
Exactly.
basically, it's human related, human relationship related.
Right.
Okay, because if you have the skill to let's say, help others to count down, for instance, and help others to discuss. It's a soft skill which is really needed in every kind of job, you know. And like this, there are a lot of others soft skills which are, I don't know, involving the commitment capacity, the capacity to not capacity is not the right word, the skill
the the capability
to
of
yeah,
doing something, the ability of doing
ability
something. Yeah, the
to
ability.
the ability to let's say focus, ignoring your stress sources, you know,
Sure.
and stuff like this. And everything is human related when you talk about soft skills. That's what
Yeah.
I think. And it's something which was ignored for from our industry for a lot of time, and now it's something which looks important because the hard skills are not required so much anymore because of AI.
Because
You
of
know,
AI.
so
One there's one skill that is, well, for obvious reason, is on top of my mind, which, in a global market, you mentioned the ability of relating, of building relationships, of helping others. In a
yeah.
global market, you do that in English, right? Which is something that these days we tend to take for granted again. But there is something that has changed here too, because we are not talking about the English that we studied 20, 25, 30 years ago when we were younger. Yeah, we have the
Yeah,
same age.
I
But this
was younger for sure.
you were younger, yeah. You would, but you're probably the same age. We are the same age pretty much. So yeah, we probably understand what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But right now, I think the focus is on this English that allows us to interact, to build relationship, to network, to go around and share.
To do interviews.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Job interviews.
Yeah.
And again, so I would like to ask Emiliano, the public speaker now, not Emiliano, the
Okay.
developer. So you
The other
do
bad person.
the other well, after you're not bad. You're not bad. Come on.
I
You're a
try
good
to do
guy.
my best, let's say.
You're a good guy. You're a good guy. I think. Well, look. But I'd like to ask, yeah, Emiliano, the public speaker. So uh, what kind of English, what kind of English you think you need, and can you give us like some examples of English under pressure, which is something that I think is highly needed these days. So the to be able to talk under pressure, to be able to structure ideas, to be able to go on a stage and share, all these things, and without thinking too much, right? Which is the killer. The overthinking is the mind killer. So yeah, give us like one or two ideas from your experience. So what do we need
Yeah.
to go around and speak
um,
internationally?
One is, let's say, English international experience, but it happened in Code Motion Milan in 2025, in October, probably. Yeah, October.
It was October, I
And
think. Yeah,
and you was there,
I
and
was there too. Yeah,
yeah,
so
and
I
I
can't
was there.
deny. I can't deny that I was there.
To be honest, I never try my talks before doing them. I just prepare my slide in English. I don't prepare anything else. I don't prepare this, something to say. I just improvise because it makes me feel, let's say, more confident to have the slides written in English, read them while talking, and create what I want to share in that specific moment.
Okay.
And mostly I do this in Italian. But in that conference, it happened that one of my favorite, yeah, one of my favorites was there in the first line just to hear my talk, and I don't know why. So I just, I didn't know why. So I just improvised my talk in English, and yeah, and I said in that occasion, and even in this one, sorry for my bad English because it's actually bad. And
It is not.
and
It is not.
and I
In
just
reality.
did the whole talk in English just for him, warning the others that I was about to do the talk in
Yeah.
English because it was planned to be done in Italian. So yeah, so that's what I did. So
And
I
was the
do.
special guest happy that you did it?
Yeah, of course. And it came to me after, and it came to me just saying, "Yeah, your English was not so bad." And I say, "Yeah, it actually is.
No, it
It
is
sucks
not.
a lot." So,
It is not. I mean,
yeah.
it is. But
So,
and so, what's the secret to this superpower? How do you
what
do that?
superpower?
Like being able to switch, right? Like this.
Um,
So, is it cheeky face? Is it confidence in the language? Is it years and years of practice? So,
I didn't do so much practice, to be honest. My English is actually coming from music and from movies,
yeah,
So, and if you're able to distinguish between accents, you can feel that my accent is definitely not British, you know. So it's probably more American,
right.
because it's coming from there. But the thing is that I never had the chance to communicate all day long in English with people since I had this experience in Munich in Germany, which dured mostly 2 years or something. I was there physically for 7 months, and then I continued working remotely for 1 year and a half, something like this.
Okay,
And
sure.
all day long I was speaking in English. And at a certain point, I started dreaming in English. So, and I
Oh,
said, yeah, okay, in my brain is something is clicking, something is happening. And yeah,
was it a nightmare or
no, it
okay,
was a good dream.
sweet dreams?
Yeah. So yeah, basically, you just have to go. You just have to do it, and it's also enough sometimes. But of course, if you want to improve your English, you have to follow some courses or read your book, which I bought and I still didn't read.
Okay, that's okay.
Because I'm moving, that I'm
Yeah,
moving. You see my empty house.
yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
So
So I
yeah.
can't see my
So
book, so
I
it
didn't
means
I
that.
didn't have the time. but your book is just right here
It's
at
under the
home.
table. It's under the
Yeah,
table
it's under the table.
to keep it steady.
No, 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 no. I
Oh
actually
yeah.
have two books to read. One is yours, and the other one is I already started it. It's from Paolo Caressa. It's
Oh yeah.
the
Well.
Artificial Ignorance.
Yeah,
The
yeah. I
title.
want to read that too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
just love the
I'm
title. Yeah.
halfway along. So yeah, so but honestly, using the English for working, it's a good. I don't know how to say this in English. Let's say engine, or I don't know, something that makes your brain, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's like food. It's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fuel for your
Yeah, it's
brain
like
in a way.
fuel.
Yeah.
It's like fuel. It's like fuel.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I like
So
this. I'm gonna
yeah,
steal this. Yeah.
and I think that everyone has to do it because of the international
Yeah.
market we are facing, and honestly, in my opinion, who does my job? So who develops, who writes code? It's in some way one step in advance because it has to write code in English. Even the syntax, the words that you have to use. You can even document your code in Italian, but the code is in English.
Yeah.
So it's something that is needed even to share with the other people, especially if you do open source projects. Which are available worldwide, and so I think that everyone has to study how to express in English, even the same as it has to study and experiment how to speak, how to prompt to an LLM in the same way, because I actually tried to write in Italian and write in English the same prompt
Right.
with the same settings, environment, everything. And
Okay. And
in English, sometimes it takes better what you are asking for.
yeah. So you get like better answers. You get more. You
Yeah,
get
yeah.
okay.
This goes especially for creating text or
Sure.
creating media, video, and stuff.
Okay.
For coding, I'm actually writing in Italian sometimes or in English. It depends.
Yeah.
When my brain decides to throw out
When you're
one language or
dreaming,
another.
when you're dreaming, you write in
Yeah,
English.
yeah, yeah,
Since that day in Munich, you only dream in English now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course.
But yeah, this is an interesting point, right? Because obviously it's a parallel, yeah. So you code, you write, but then you need to speak, and it's also a bit of a paradox though, because we use English every day with, I don't know, you mentioned documentation, you mentioned the prompting and everything, but at the same time, when we need to speak, and especially in some people have more trouble in those relaxed situations, like
Yeah,
next to a coffee machine or in a networking event, people will go like, no, no, I can't do that. Which is, it's a bit of a paradox, right? Because we use English every day, but then we end up freaking out when we need to when we need
use
to
it
speak.
for simple things.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
So I always tell people like a bit of a structure there helps. So when we need to train, so to start with simple ideas and always make it like, give it a logical flow, a beginning, middle, end. So
yeah,
something that you can visualize and use all the time. A little grid, really, in a way. I don't know. It has helped me. It helped me when I had to when I started many years ago in IT, and new country, new job. I was in Ireland. Everything was in English, and I felt like collapsing on the floor because all the training, all the
books,
processes,
documentation,
procedures,
processes. Yeah,
everything was in English from day one because I wasn't in Italy. And then the worst for me was then, after a while you get used, and then I was obsessed. So, oh no, I want to become the best English speaker ever. So okay, you are Yeah, you're lagging a bit. Oh no, now you're totally frozen, Emilian. Okay. Well, we'll get you back. Don't worry.
Happened.
So, okay, you're back. No, yeah, you are. Okay.
You was gone. Okay.
Was I? Okay, but you're back now. I can see you. Okay.
Everything looks okay.
Everything looks okay. Yeah, it's just to prove that we are live and just to prove that we're human.
And just to prove that we didn't prove.
and and so yeah, for me that was hard. That was but then I decided I want to become the best speaker ever, so I went to do courses and everything. But then I realized that people around me with a, let's say, lower level, they were, improving their career,
Yeah.
traveling, getting better job opportunities, better projects, and I was there like, so there must be something else. It's not the English, of course.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I
I'd
changed
say
my
it's a
approach.
mixture between English and knowledge.
Yeah, but also for me was the fact that I had this knowledge, but I wasn't telling anybody. I knew how to do things, but I was always at the back during the meetings, like, oh,
Yeah.
don't look at me, don't make eye contact. And it was, I had the knowledge, I knew how to do stuff, but I never volunteered, for example, to present or to. So then changing the approach, and I started using more like your approach, Emiliano, the one that you mentioned earlier. Just go do the things, and that for me that was something powerful. So when I started just doing the things instead of thinking about doing the things.
Yeah, without worrying about,
Exactly.
because it's full of English people that actually doesn't know how to speak English. It, yeah, and the
Okay.
same, and exactly the same goes here in Italy. That is full of people that doesn't know how to speak Italian.
Yeah.
So I'm one of them. So the thing, yeah. So the thing is it's basically, yeah, is if your English is enough to express and to make the others able to understand you, it's enough to start and go and do the things. That's my
Yeah.
idea. And
Exactly.
before, there was a friend of mine
Yeah, that
specifying
was.
something
There's an
about,
interesting point here.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
about the
So
tokenization. The tokens, so what are you actually asking to the model and how it answers in some way are tokened in English, even if you write them in Italian. So are actually
okay.
translated. And I'm not so sure about this, but if Simone tells this stuff, I believe him. So yeah, so the things are the word is token. Let's talk about tokens.
Right. Yeah. Let's talk about
Once
tokens.
you
Yeah.
ask to a model to answer to a question and produce something which can be text, let's say, it's you can try a lot of things and you will never get the same answer. Never. Same prompt, not same answer. So the thing is, yeah, because it's not deterministic. You can't replicate the output more than once. Yeah, they are closer, but they're one close to each other, but they're so just a bit different some way, or a lot different because there is something that is statistical. So, it's linked to statistics. Of
Right.
course, the reinforcement learning and all the other practices that are done with an LLM to improve the output are doing great things. And as I said, I'm not an expert of how the AI works, but
Sure.
I do know something, and I am actually experimenting because I am preparing a talk which I will do in Firenze Dev in 19th of May, which is actually trying to build something able to replicate the output. And this happens by using an open standard from Anthropic, which is called Agent Skills.
Sure.
And what I did is basically an open source project with just AI settings, let's say, with a lot of skills, because I wanted to try if it was possible to replicate the output.
So
And
this means that the same prompt, always the same output. Is this what you're
not
trying to demonstrate?
Yeah, it's not always, because I can't do it for generating text or music or images,
Okay.
for my experience it's not possible. But for creating code, it happens, because the agent skills allows you to specify the template and how you want to write the code to be written, and I obtained, let's say, acceptable results,
Good.
because I tried to, let's say, create general AI skills shared between different repositories, which are totally different contexts. So you have full backend and front-end application. You have an application wrapped in an Electron wrapper, so it's a desktop application in some way. And the contexts are totally different, because one is to handle your VAT accounts and bank accounts and stuff. The other one is to manage bookmarks and links. Another one is to help a dungeon master to create and handle campaigns. Another one is to for Magic the Gathering addicted to handle and manage the collection, create decks and stuff. So a totally different context,
Yes.
but the code is written in this mostly in the same way. So it's amazing, and it's even frightening, because
Yeah.
it means that if we can replicate the output, it's a good thing, but it means that we are fastly going to the paradox where we will not be able anymore to train junior people and make them become senior and substitute ourselves.
Basically, yeah, we are
You
replacing
know,
ourselves
yeah,
with a, okay, that's, yeah, it is, again, it is fascinating in a way, because we are progressing, but also, yeah, to go back to the main point, it is a bit scary.
yeah,
I mean, I'd be interested to know the results of your experiments. So you said your talk is in May, isn't it? In Florence, in
yeah.
Firenze.
In Florence,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I will follow it because I'm interested
Yeah,
in
and
the topic.
I will publish the repositories and the results after the
Okay.
talk. So yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Wow. So we are towards the end, Emiliano. So we've talked about a lot of things. Now, can we, okay, maybe we need to leave people with a question, because I was going to say, can we safely confirm that we are not going to be replaced? But then, with the last topic you touched, maybe that's the wrong point, the wrong question. So,
Well, I mean, mine is really a stupid, simple experiment. There are a lot of more complicated things that my friends and colleagues do, and that stuff is really scary, to
is
be
it?
honest. But I just followed the documentation, and yeah, hi Mitch. Um, I just followed the documentation of agent skills and tried manually to replicate something in different contexts.
Sure.
And there are tools like, I don't know, Lovable or tools like that you can prompt stuff. You can even don't know nothing at all about coding, and you can create entire applications from
Yeah,
scratch.
I've heard. Yeah,
And it's
I've
full
seen
of
it.
even more advanced tools than Lovable and stuff like this. There are agents. There are multiple agents. There are agents linked to a specific model, driving other agents, like working like a team, actually. So it's something that is really scary, because we are about to lose the knowledge of what's underneath the systems. Most of junior developers doesn't know how to start a Linux machine, doesn't know
Right.
how to start a Docker environment, doesn't know how to do manually a query on
Yeah.
SQL server, doesn't know what is database in some way.
And do
So,
they,
you
okay,
know,
do they need that knowledge? Probably they don't need it in their daily job, but do they need it for the, okay, to develop an awareness of what happens? So,
the thing, it's not needed to develop,
yeah.
to develop probably, but it's needed for maintenance.
Okay.
Because if you don't know how an operating system works, if you
Yeah.
don't know how a web server works, if you don't know what is a database and how to manage it, how to update it if it's needed, if you don't know how a browser works, you can't do maintenance, you can't fix bugs, you can't find bugs.
Yes.
So
And
you have
so,
your application generated by an AI. It doesn't work in some way, or it's not secure. So you have to fix security bugs or privacy stuff, and you don't know how to find them, and you don't know how to fix them.
yeah. And so
That's why.
now, so then the bottom line is that juniors, entry level, they would still need to learn these things, but
Yeah,
they
yeah.
would need to invest their own time in learning these things, because I don't think companies are providing training on these things anymore, are they?
Yeah, that's real. And so, and the thing is that the entry level that was 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 months ago, will not be anymore the same level. Will be a lot more higher, because in order to substitute a specific role or enter a new role which requires this kind of knowledge, you have to study that stuff. You
Right.
have to. There's no other way. And once you studied that stuff, you have to test. You have to experiment. You have to try. And if you don't try, you will never understand how it works, because it's
Yeah.
like, it's like building a Lego construction, or it's like, stuff like this.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
needed.
you've convinced me, Emiliano, that you guys are not going to be replaced in any way. So maybe you'll have to change. Maybe you will have to start working in a different way, but
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
not replaced. Now, can I ask you a question, Emiliano? Will I be replaced in what I
I
do?
hope not. I hope not.
I need
uh,
some reassurance,
but why you should be? I mean,
because we have many translation apps. We have
yeah.
instant voice recognition, accent changing. We have a lot of things. So many people tell me, look, I can interact with people from the other side of the world, but I don't need to speak the language because I can read subtitles, and then when I speak, it gets automatically translated.
Yeah,
So
that's true, but it works only if you have technology in your hand, and if you are in a meeting, probably there will be a specific tool with automatic translation for everyone. But it doesn't make sense to not be able to learn a language, because it's even nice to go in a place. It's even nice to know people and speak to people and share your life experience with others. And
yeah.
if you put technology in everything, you lose the taste of life.
Wow, that's
And
beautiful. Yes, yes.
yeah.
It's encouraging as well. So thank you,
Yeah, but
Emiliano.
I mean, in my opinion, we should raise a flag in every industry to make, let's say, decision makers aware that we don't want to lose our humanity. We don't want to lose relationships. We don't want to lose how it works, a human, because otherwise it's just it's okay to go everyone for the extinction.
Exactly.
It doesn't make sense.
So yeah, I agree with you. So we can close on a positive note. Yeah, we stay human. We still want to interact. We still want to have relationship.
Yeah,
So we don't need technology everywhere. And I don't know. I
money
think
is bombing.
I think Simone has nailed it with this. Yeah, because
Wow.
he's mixing AI, is mixing language. Because Tolkien, he invented he invented a brand new language. Come on, and he didn't need AI to do that. So I think this could be like the main point. Yeah. So the fact that AI is here, is changing the way we work for sure. But we're having this chat, and this is something that we can do regardless of AI. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and it works.
Yeah, we can still do that. Yeah. So
I
yeah,
I mostly understood everything you said.
yeah, me too. I'm joking. I'm joking. It's easy. It's yeah. When you take it easy, I think things get easier. Yeah. It sounds
Yeah.
obvious, but a lot of people have this kind of mental block. So basically, when it comes to using a different language, they can't take it easy. And you see, Simone is actually proving that you can take it easy, like you,
Yeah.
Emiliano.
Why don't we talking about our token a token? I'm genius.
Okay, well, thanks.
He's for the Chronicles. He's one of my Dungeons and Dragons campaigns player, Simone.
Okay. I don't know why, but I kind of guessed it, And so yeah, so that's the idea. Yeah. So regardless of what happens with technology, with AI, I mean, we're here to stay, and in different forms, in different shapes, different skills, different version of ourselves. But at the
Yeah,
same time, and I guess it makes sense to go out and experiment, to go out and use the skills that we need to use.
and put them on the table and share
Yeah,
with others. Always share
exactly.
with others, always. And this is a thing that I started doing too late, to be honest.
Mm,
Yeah, because I started following meetups and conferences and speaking and everything just 2 years ago, mostly, and I should have done it before, to be honest.
right,
So I want to suggest to people, especially who is in our industry, go to meetups, share
right.
knowledge, ideas with people, share your projects, share your experiments, everything. Just go there, and you will see that this industry, like any other, is made by people and not by machines. And the same, it happened when we invented the engines, when we invented the airplanes, and
Yeah,
everything changed it. Of course, it changed it. But I mean, we didn't get extinct, you know. We are
exactly. Yeah,
going in the direction to be, I don't know, 9 billion people or stuff like this.
yeah,
You know,
exactly. So,
let's give me a second. I will go to wordometer and just say that. Wordometer.
what is it? What do you want to say?
I mean, we as a population, yeah, are 8 billion and 200 millions
8.2,
people
eight
in the
two
world
point,
and still growing.
8.2. Yeah, yeah.
You
So
know,
there is still room for interaction, I would say. There is
yeah,
still
all these people have to eat. All these people
exactly.
have
Yeah,
to talk, share,
yeah,
dream, speak,
exactly.
everything. You know.
Yeah, this will not stop. I agree with you. This will not stop. And so that's great. It's been great. I feel much more, I don't know, optimistic after our chat, Emiliano. And just as a closing note, if people want to connect with you, and how can they reach out? Where can they
Yeah,
find you?
they can find me on LinkedIn and they can find me on my YouTube channel with my associate Christian and even Simona, which she works always under the hood, and she doesn't show herself, and but she's there and she handles a lot of stuff. And they can find me at the conferences. I'm about to do the next JavaScript day, the JS day, the open source day, CSS day, of course, because I love CSS.
Come on.
You know,
You publish every day. You publish something on CSS, don't
yeah,
you?
I have a daily newsletter on LinkedIn.
Yeah, so
an
people
awesome
subscribe.
CSS
Yeah,
link a day.
subscribe to an awesome CSS link a day, because
Yeah.
if you want to learn CSS, you need to. Sorry, if you want to learn about CSS, subscribe to Emiliano's newsletter, because you get something valuable in your inbox every day, which is.
Thanks for this.
I appreciate. I mean, I am a fan of consistency. I don't know much about CSS, but I know a lot about consistency, and sharing something every day is, fair play to you. Absolutely.
What I do is just finding the links, finding interesting stuff, and then let's say create most of the article with I don't know, an AI, GPT or whatever, and then just check if everything looks okay and looks legal and looks not bullshit. And sometimes it happens and I have to correct them.
Yes.
Sometimes it's just okay, so I just plan them at the end of the week, the whole upcoming week.
Yes,
articles.
absolutely.
And yeah, next conference I'm about to do, I'm about to be on the stage, is the Web Day conference in Milan, the 30th of May. Yeah.
30th of March.
Of March.
Yeah, okay, 30th of March, yeah.
Yeah.
So people, if you are in Milan, 30th of March, Emiliano will be on stage. And there is also something else that AI is not going to replace, is the food that you prepare. So I highly recommend people to go and meet Emiliano, because if you ask nicely, it might even cook for you. So, and that's something that AI will
happen. It's
AI
my B plan,
Exactly. So do connect with him and go see him in Milan end of March if you're there. Definitely worthwhile. So thank you very much, Emiliano. Thanks everybody for being here with us. Thank you,
for having me.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a pleasure. And I want to thank people for interacting as well. Meli, Simone, Mitch, and Ryan, Tommaso, and Marco.
Many liked Jurassic 1997.
Yes. That's something that I don't know. I wanted to say that I love it too, but then I would really reveal my age, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah, come on, you're younger than me.
No, I am not actually. I am older than you. I just learned that by looking at your username. I learned that I am older than you. So that's the downside.
But you look younger.
Do I? Okay. Well, thank you. Thanks very much. Thank you, Alessandro. Thanks, Emiliano, for being here. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thanks to everyone.
If you're catching up the replay, let us know what you think. And yeah, it's been a pleasure. See you soon around.
Bye.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.